Last month, the Pakistan Air Force made a significant announcement, stating that it plans to acquire additional Chinese J-10C fighter aircraft in the near future. The primary reason behind this decision is that Pakistan's next-generation fighter programs, whether indigenous or developed in collaboration with international partners, will still take some time before they become operational. To bridge this capability gap, the Pakistan Air Force intends to gradually retire a number of its older generation fighter aircraft and replace them with additional 4.5 generation fighters. As part of this plan, more F-17 Block 3 aircraft will be inducted into service while additional J-10C fighters will also be purchased. If these plans move forward, the total number of J-10C aircraft in Pakistan Air Force service could exceed 50 units. However, another fighter aircraft has recently become the subject of discussion once again. This is not the first time it has been mentioned. The aircraft in question is the U.S.-built F-16 Block 70/72, the latest and most advanced variant of the F-16 Fighting Falcon. Following the recent tensions involving Iran and the United States, strategic and diplomatic relations between Pakistan and the U.S. appear to have improved considerably. Some observers even argue that the relationship has reached one of its strongest points in recent history, with senior U.S. officials frequently mentioning Pakistan in speeches and public engagements, highlighting the importance of bilateral ties. As a result, speculation has emerged that the United States may be willing to offer Pakistan not only the latest F-16 Block 70/72 fighters, but also other military equipment that was previously unavailable due to political restrictions or financial limitations. The F-16 Block 70/72 is receiving particular attention because Pakistan already operates a substantial fleet of F-16s. The necessary maintenance infrastructure, logistics network, pilot training system, and technical expertise already exist within the country. Consequently, integrating this latest version into the Pakistan Air Force would be considerably easier than introducing an entirely new aircraft type. Since the Pakistan Air Force currently requires additional 4.5 generation fighter aircraft to strengthen its future capabilities, the F-16 Block 70/72 is now being viewed as a possible option alongside the JF-17 Block 3 and the J-10C, to the point where a U.S. president rarely misses an opportunity to mention Pakistan. In almost every major speech and international conference, Pakistan and the growing relationship between the two countries are brought up. This has created a very interesting situation in U.S.-Pakistan relations. As a result, there is growing speculation that the United States may now be willing to offer Pakistan not only the latest F-16 Block 70/72 fighters, but also other military equipment that was previously unavailable. In the past, such equipment was either denied due to political considerations or remained out of reach because of Pakistan's financial constraints. The F-16 Block 70/72 is particularly relevant because Pakistan already operates a sizable fleet of F-16. The country has an established maintenance infrastructure, trained personnel, logistics network, and operational ecosystem for these aircraft. Since the Pakistan Air Force is looking to expand its fleet of 4.5 generation fighters, the F-16 Block 70/72 is now being viewed as a potential option. Setting the JF-17 Block 3 aside, since it is an indigenous program that will continue to be inducted, the main contenders for Pakistan's additional 4.5 generation fighter requirement are the Chinese J-10C and the American F-16 Block 70/72. The Pakistan Air Force has already selected and inducted the J-10C, but there is also discussion about whether additional F-16 Block 70/72 aircraft could be integrated into the fleet in the future. As for the F-16, it is widely regarded as one of the most successful fighter aircraft ever built. Its combat record has been proven over decades of service across multiple air forces, making it one of the most respected multi-role fighters in the world. The F-16 has an exceptionally well-established combat record. The latest Block 70/72 variant introduces several major capability upgrades. It is equipped with the highly advanced AN/APG-83 AESA radar, and it can employ the AIM-120D Beyond Visual Range missile. Another significant improvement is its airframe life, which has been extended from approximately 6,000 flight hours to 12,000 flight hours. This means that an F-16 Block 70/72 could remain operational for up to 40 years with relatively modest sustainment requirements. In addition, it features advanced technologies such as the Auto Ground Collision Avoidance System, Auto GCAS, along with a modernized cockpit fitted with new multifunction displays. Altogether, these enhancements make the F-16 Block 70/72 one of the most capable and potent 4.5 generation fighter aircraft currently available. However, there is one major drawback: cost. For a country that has never operated the F-16 before, a new F-16 Block 70/72 can cost around $200 to $250 million per aircraft, depending on the contract, weapons package, training, and logistical support. Pakistan's situation is different because it already operates the F-16 and has the necessary infrastructure, maintenance facilities, and operational ecosystem in place. As a result, the effective acquisition cost for Pakistan could be significantly lower, at around $50 million per aircraft. By comparison, the Chinese J-10C can reportedly be acquired for as little as $40 million per aircraft under Pakistan's existing operating framework. In practical terms, for roughly the cost of one new F-16 Block 70/72, Pakistan could potentially acquire 2 to 3 J-10C fighters, depending on the final procurement package and associated costs. In fact, for roughly the price of one new F-16 Block 70/72, Pakistan could potentially acquire nearly 3 J-10C fighter aircraft. For new operators, the J-10C typically costs around $70 to $80 million per aircraft, including weapons, logistics, and sustainment packages. However, because Pakistan already operates the J-10C and has the required infrastructure, maintenance facilities, and trained personnel in place, the effective acquisition cost is estimated to be around $40 to $50 million per aircraft. When it comes to operational capability, the J-10C not only matches the F-16 Block 70/72 while costing considerably less, but in several key areas it is also considered to have an advantage. For example, the J-10C is equipped with a more powerful AESA radar, and its PL-15 Beyond Visual Range missile is widely regarded as having superior long-range engagement capability compared to the AIM-120D. Overall, the J-10C delivers performance that is comparable to the F-16 in most mission profiles. However, in critical areas such as AESA radar technology and long-range BVR missile capability, many analysts believe it offers an edge over the F-16 Block 70/72. The advantages of the J-10C do not end there. Pakistan Air Force has been developing an increasingly network-centric operational environment, where fighters, airborne early warning aircraft, ground-based radar systems, and command and control assets are all connected through an integrated kill chain. Within this ecosystem, the J-10C is more compatible with Pakistan's indigenous combat network and can leverage the country's existing network-centric architecture more effectively. By contrast, although the F-16 Block 70/72 can operate through Link 16 and other NATO standard data links, integrating it into Pakistan's complete indigenous kill chain may still involve certain operational limitations. However, there is another important factor to consider. Pakistan Air Force operates a core combat ecosystem in which all of its major platforms are integrated into a unified network. According to this viewpoint, the F-16 Block 70/72 cannot be fully integrated into that indigenous ecosystem in the same way as the J-10C. As the Pakistan Air Force continues to modernize its force structure, the J-10C is therefore seen as the most suitable option if additional 4.5 generation fighters are to be acquired. There is, however, one scenario in which the F-16 Block 70/72 could still become a realistic option. If the U.S. administration, particularly the Trump administration, were to provide financial assistance for the purchase of these aircraft, the chances of such a deal would increase significantly. A similar precedent exists. During the AH-1Z Viper helicopter program, the United States provided financial incentives and covered a substantial portion of the acquisition cost. If a comparable agreement were reached for the F-16 Block 70/72, then these aircraft could realistically enter service with the Pakistan Air Force. Otherwise, Pakistan Air Force operates under a limited defense budget while simultaneously funding several critical modernization programs. These include next-generation fighter projects and other strategic defense initiatives. Given these priorities, investing heavily in brand new F-16 Block 70/72 aircraft may not be the most practical use of available resources. If the primary objective is simply to modernize the existing F-16 fleet while gradually retiring older aircraft, then upgrading the current fleet may be a more practical and cost-effective approach than purchasing an entirely new batch of F-16s. If upgrading the F-16 fleet becomes a necessity as older aircraft are retired, there may be a more practical solution. If the Trump administration does not support Pakistan by supplying new F-16 Block 70/72 fighters, then Pakistan could instead pursue Turkey's Özgür upgrade program for its existing F-16 fleet, provided the required approval is granted by the United States. The Özgür modernization package matches many of the capabilities offered by the F-16 Block 70/72 upgrade. While it may not be identical in every aspect, it delivers a substantial capability improvement at a significantly lower cost. Another important advantage of the Özgür program is that Pakistan and Turkey are currently collaborating on the development of new BVR, Beyond Visual Range, air-to-air missiles. Turkey also plans to integrate these missiles into its upgraded F-16 fleet. If Pakistan adopts the Özgür upgrade, it could potentially integrate these jointly developed BVR missiles into its own F-16s as well, creating greater compatibility between the two countries' fighter fleets. From this perspective, the most practical approach would be to capitalize on the improving diplomatic and strategic relationship between Pakistan and the United States by seeking U.S. approval for the Özgür upgrade. This would allow Pakistan to modernize its existing F-16 fleet without bearing the enormous cost of purchasing brand new aircraft, while also preserving sufficient funding for additional J-10C acquisitions and other priority modernization programs. Ultimately, time will tell which path Pakistan chooses. For now, this appears to be one of the most practical options available. What do you think? Share your opinion in the comments below.